people over on the bike. Talk about Bryce. And with that, we are starting the episode.
Great segue.
Thank you. I'm very good at this thing. This is our first episode. Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Sommer, and this is the first episode of Living Room Theater. It is a collection of our little friends from our junior BFA class. We're the BFA class of 2021. In our class, we have Brendan Harvey, Anthony Harris Jr., Sam Sommer, that's me, Paige Cummings, Olivia Billings, Ryan Pangracs, Caroline Turner, Karis Brizendine, Mike Mankiewicz, Nicky Maddalina, Quinn Potter, Mathian Riendeau, Grace Favaro, Isabella Fay, Lindsay Shiner, Nick Coyle, Alex Packard, Will Potts, and Bryce Edwards. And with us today, we have Karis Brizendine, Olivia Billings, Caroline Turner, Paige Cummings, Ryan Pangracs, Will Potts, Nicky Maddalina, and Mathian Riendeau. Say hi, everyone.
Hello,
everyone. What's up?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Before we start, I'm gonna tell you guys what this show is, and then I'm gonna leave the floor to you guys to kind of tell who you are, and then we'll jump right into the scenes. So what this is, if you're wondering what the heck these kids are doing, this is we're just a group of actors in need of an artistic outlet. So we've created a group Zoom where we will live stream public readings of shows, full-length shows, one acts, 10 minutes, or scene selections, you name it. We will be reading all types of different theater, classical, contemporary, poetry even. Some of us are actually writers and have been writing a bunch of shows. And on this, we will be reading some original works as well. We will be doing a reading every Saturday at 2 p.m. So if you want to check us out, come hang out with us. We love to have you. There's no big prep involved with this. We just kind of pick a show, if it's a contemporary piece, we will get a permission from the artist, and we will actually shout out to that artist if we do their piece. But really, it's not that much prep work. It's just kind of us hanging out, reading plays, and just having fun, because we're all kind of trapped inside our homes, and we want to be theater people and theater folks. So we're just kind of reading stuff and having fun. With that being said, this is a free live stream, but we are accepting donations for our senior showcase. We're going to be going to Chicago, where we'll be performing a bunch of monologue, scene work, and stuff. But yeah, for this time, we are going to be fundraising at school at Baldwin Wallace, where we all go to, and raising money there. But because of this, we have no way to do that. So we will be accepting donations, and over the course of time, a portion of our proceeds will be going to a select funds and charities to help with other businesses that are dealing with COVID-19 at this time. But as of right now, we are focusing mainly on our showcase. But yeah, today we are going to be reading select scenes from The Crucible by Arthur Miller. And as we know, I've introduced you to our lovely cast here. Let's start with Karis. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Karis?
Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm Karis. I'm reading several different characters today. I'm originally from Agoura Hills, California, which is like kind of close to Los Angeles, so I just say LA. I really love avocados, and I think I have a talent of picking out the best avocados at the store. So next time you need to pick them out, come talk to me, because I'll help you out.
Awesome. All right, and next up we have Liv, or her professional name, Olivia Billings.
Hey, yeah, my name's Liv. I'm also playing various characters. I'm really glad everyone came out today. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm excited to be here with my besties, just having some fun reading some plays. Hope you enjoy.
Awesome. And next up we have the wonderful Caroline Turner.
Hello. Just like everyone else, I'm reading for various characters today, and I'm from Gates Mills, Ohio, and I'm excited to be here and be reading plays with everyone. And that's it.
Awesome. And of course, the one and only Paige Cummings.
Correct. Hi, I'm Paige. I'm originally from Jamestown, New York, which is just south of Buffalo. And I'll be reading for a bunch of different characters, and I'm really excited to just read plays and hang out with everybody today. So thanks for watching, everyone.
Next up, yes, it is Ryan Pangracs.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm from Kansas. I think I might be from the future.
I think he is too.
Okay. And you already know him. It's Will Potts, everybody. Say hi to Will Potts.
Hello. I'm a professional Sam Sommer lookalike. I also am from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah. Yep. I played Krogstad once in a class.
Oh my God! Look who it is! It's Nicky Maddalina, everybody.
Hi, I am Nicky Maddalina. I am one of the junior BFAs, and I am here in my coming at you from my bedroom in Rochester, New York.
Yeah,
yeah, and I'm excited. The Crucible is a favorite of mine, and I'm excited about this.
And last but certainly not least, we have Mathian Riendeau.
Howdy. I'm also a junior BFA like Nikki and many others. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm just really excited to keep art alive, even though we're all living from our bedrooms right now. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. And yeah, that is going to be our cast. I will be reading stage directions for the scenes we do. Olivia and Karis, you guys have information about next week's show, right?
Yes, yeah. So we're actually going to be reading a contemporary new work by Lily Houghton called Dear. Karis is going to be our wonderful host. Lily Houghton is going to watch, which is really exciting and fun. And yeah, I hope you guys all join us. It's a really important piece of work, and I think it's going to be really meaningful and fun.
So yeah, that will be next week on Saturday at 2 p.m. So join for that. It is a all-women piece, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, that is what's going to be happening next week. But that's in the future. We're talking about now. Let's do some Crucible scenes. So today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Crucible scenes, select scenes from the Crucible, and 1 secret scene that's not from the Crucible, but it is related in a way. Let's do that interactive thing and say, type in the chat if you know what it's gonna be. You don't actually have to. We're just gonna read some plays.
I hear it's funny.
Don't give them clues. Okay. Does anyone actually want to share a little bit of the plot of the Crucible? Like, to anyone who doesn't know what the Crucible is about?
Witches.
Witches.
Does it have to be
Nikki, I see you're raising your hand.
So the Crucible takes place during the infamous Salem witch trials. It contains fictionalized versions of actual figures and people who lived and died at this time, whose graves you can find in Salem. It is a story of paranoia and the coining of the term witch hunt.
Nice. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Did you mention about the Red Scare and stuff like that?
Oh no, I didn't. It is Arthur Miller wrote this wrote and published this during the Red Scare and the McCarthy hearings, and it was sort of meant to be historical parallel.
Cool. All right, and with that, let's jump right in. We are going to start on. Actually, also in the description is the link to the script that we will all be reading. If you want to read along with us, we are starting on page 21, and we are doing a big Proctor and Abigail scene. And for this scene, we have for Proctor, we have Ryan, and Abigail is played by Caroline. And there's 2 other characters. I'm sorry, I forgot. It was Mary, and who else was it? Mercy. And who will that be played by? Me. Yeah, Paige and Karis. Cool. So let's start reading the show, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. Let me pull it up for myself, actually, because I'm also not prepared. It's okay. We got it. We're good. We are good. We're good. So Proctor has entered. On seeing him, Mary Warren leaps in fright.
Oh, I'm just going home, Mr. Proctor.
You foolish Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I am looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your ass one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
Trying to retain a shred of dignity, she goes slowly out. Mercy Lewis, both afraid of him and strangely elated.
I'd best be off. I have my Ruth to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
Mercy sidles out. Since Proctor's entrance, Abigail has stood as though on tiptoe, absorbing his presence wide-eyed. He glances at her, then goes to Betty on the bed.
I'd almost forgot how strong you are, John Proctor.
What's this mischief here?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, posh. We were dancing in the woods last night, and my uncle leaped in on us. She took fright is all.
Ah, you're wicked, aren't you? You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
He takes a step to go, and she springs into his path.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
Her concentrated desire destroys his smile.
No. No, Abby. That's done with.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly? I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I am waiting for you every night.
Abby, I never gave you hope to wait for me.
I have something better than hope, I think.
Abby, you'll put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. Or did I dream that? It's she put me out. You cannot pretend it were you. I saw your face when she put me out, and you loved me then, and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things, but not so wild, I think. I have seen you since she put me out. I have seen you nights.
I have hardly stepped off my farm this 7 month.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window, and I've seen you looking up, burning in your loneliness. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
I may have looked up.
And you must. You are no wintry man. I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and walk about the house as though I'd find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind. We never touched, Abby.
Aye, but we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife be.
You speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She is blackening my name in the village. She is telling lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her. Let her turn you like a...
You look for a whipping?
A psalm is heard being sung below.
I look for John Proctor that took me from my sleep and put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by all these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes? I will not. I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. John, pity me. Pity me.
The words going up to Jesus are heard in the psalm, and Betty claps her ears suddenly and whines loudly.
Betty?
Da-da-dum. And that's where the scene ends for this little reading. Yay! yay. Yeah. Should we do that for every like scene, like a little yay?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Cool. All right. So next up, we are starting on page 55, and we are starting with Mary's entrance. And for this scene, the roles of Proctor are going to be played by Mathian. The role of Elizabeth will be played by Karis, and Mary is played by Paige. So let's all jump on down to page 55. Am I doing a good job at this? I sound cheesy.
No.
You're doing great.
Oh, thanks so much. Okay, 55. And we are starting with Mary's entrance. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm good, though. Where is your entrance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait.
Yep.
Where's my entrance?
There you
Towards the
see,
bottom of the page.
strange, as you saw below, Will has left to go to Paige's house to tell her where it is. It's like right above the stage direction. Strangely, she doesn't see.
Gotcha.
So, actually, Proctor, Mathian, can you start with Proctor's line, "Oh, Elizabeth"?
Sure. Whenever you're ready, let's do it.
When you are.
Okay. Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer.
He turns suddenly toward a sound outside. He starts for the door as Mary Warren enters. As soon as he sees her, he goes directly to her and grabs her by her cloak, furious.
How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
Strangely, she doesn't resist him, but hangs limply by his grip.
I am sick. Mr. Proctor. Pray, hurt me not.
Her strangeness throws him off. I'm guessing that's what it says. And her evident pallor and weakness, he frees her.
My insides are all shuddery. I am in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not wholly well?
As though to compensate, Mary Warren goes to Elizabeth with a small rag doll.
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair poppet.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Is that where we end? Oh,
Nope.
no, sorry. Mary, is it true? There be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
She suddenly breaks off and sobs and sits down, exhausted.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her. He must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confessed to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer. She wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down, and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she near choked us all to death.
How? Choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary, Merrily, surely you...
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Why, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches, and she's so very old and poor. But then she sits there, denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begins to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And then, entranced, I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice, and all at once I remembered everything she'd done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she come to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider, and mark this, whenever I turn her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble if she's hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month, a Monday, I think, she walked away, and I thought to myself my guts were going to burst for a day or two after. Do you remember that?
Why, I do, I think, but...
And so I told to Judge Hawthorne that, and he asked her, Sarah Good, he said, what curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And then she replies, what, your excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, she says.
And that's an upright answer.
But then Judge Hawthorne say, recite for us your commandments. And all of the 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew any commandments. And they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof.
I told you the proof. It's hard proof, hard as rock, the judge has said.
You will not go to court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But Mr. Proctor, they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail some time, recalling, and here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her. She's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe all these years, and no husband either, but she's safe. Thank God, for they'll never hurt an innocent child. But be that not a marvel? You must see it. It's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day for some time. I am an official of the court, they say, and
I'll official you.
He strides to the mantle, takes down the whip hanging there.
I'll not stand whipping anymore.
Mary, promise now you'll stay at home.
The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of you.
I saved her life today.
Silence. His whip comes down.
I am accused?
Somewhat mentioned. But I said I never see no sign. You ever sent your spirit to hurt no one. And seeing I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot tell it. I only hope you'll not be so sarcastical and no more. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I would have to speak civilly to you from this out.
Go to bed.
I will not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then.
Good night.
Dissatisfied, uncertain of herself, she goes out. Wide-eyed, both Proctor and Elizabeth stand staring. And with that, that's the end of that scene. Yay!
Yay!
Very silly. Let's take a tiny break just to see how everyone else is doing. How are we all feeling in the audience or in here at all? We all good? Yeah? Anyone confused that hasn't read the Crucible yet?
I'm trying to.
Pretty much at this point, this girl, I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing, but Karis is Elizabeth is was accused of witchcraft and stuff, very serious things. But yeah. So next up, we are jumping down to a more ensemble scene. It's in page 72 is where we're starting with Ezekiel's entrance, and we'll be ending with Elizabeth's entrance. Her exit. And the cast for this scene, we have playing Proctor is Paige. Yes, we're having a female Proctor. Yes. Ezekiel is played by Nicky. Marshall Herrick is played by Caroline. Giles will be played by Will. Elizabeth is played by, you guessed it, Ryan. And Hale will be played by Liv. And lastly, Mary will be played by Karis. So let's all jump down quickly to page 72. We're starting with Ezekiel's entrance, which is, let me find it real quick. Okay, found you. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Chat, make sure everyone's all good. Everyone's all good. We still good. Alrighty. So starting with Ezekiel's entrance. All right, enter Ezekiel Cheever. A shocked silence.
Good evening to you, Proctor.
Hi, Mr. Cheever. Good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not to the business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I am a clerk of the court now, you know.
Enter Marshall Herrick, a man in early 30s who is somewhat shamefaced at the moment.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself, I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. And I'd as lief you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it.
He fears Proctor, but starts to reach inside his coat.
Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law, all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight.
He takes out a warrant.
I have a warrant for your wife.
You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When were she charged?
I am given 16 warrant tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I'd like not to search a house. So will you hand me any poppets your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never kept no poppets, not since I were a girl.
Cheever, embarrassed, glancing toward the mantle where sits Mary Warren's poppet.
I spy a poppet, sir.
Oh, why, this is Mary's.
Would you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one, either till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, a poppet may signify... Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary here.
No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You'll leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth goes upstairs.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say it may signify that she...
He has lifted the poppet's skirt, and his eyes widen in astonished fear.
Why, this...
What's there?
Why...
He draws a long needle from the poppet.
It is a needle. Herrick, it is a needle.
And what signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard on her, Proctor. This, I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts, but here's calamity. You see it, sir. It is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner in Reverend Paris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor. Like a struck beast, he says, and screamed a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And he goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly, he draw a needle out. And demanded of her how she came to be so stabbed, she testify it. where your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself. I hope you're not taking this as proof, mister.
Hale, struck by the proof, is silent.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir, and in the belly of the poppet a needle stuck. I tell you true, Proctor, I never warranted to see such proof of hell. And I bid you obstruct me not, for I...
Enter Elizabeth with Mary Warren. Proctor, seeing Mary Warren, draws her by the arm to Hale.
Here now, Mary, how did this poppet come into my house?
What's poppet's that, sir?
This poppet.
Why, I think it is mine.
It is your poppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in the court, sir, and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle have been found inside this poppet.
Why, I never meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, you are certain this be your natural memory? May it be, perhaps, that someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no, sir. I am entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him be gone. Your mind is surely settled. Bid him out, Mr. Hale.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail were stabbed tonight. A needle were found inside her belly.
And she charges me?
Aye.
Why, the girl is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You've heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world. Herrick, you heard it.
Out with you.
Proctor, you dare not touch the warrant.
Out with you.
You ripped the deputy governor's warrant, man.
Damn the deputy governor. Out of my house!
Now, Proctor.
Get ye gone with them. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent, the court will...
Is she innocent? Why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now the crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. The Warrens' vengeance. I'll not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not go.
I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The lair binds me, John. I cannot budge.
Will you see her taken?
Proctor, the court is just.
Pontius Pilate, God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. You will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as you were his daughter. You owe me that, and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you home soon.
John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on the court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit someone sick.
She walks out the door, Herrick and Cheever behind her. For a moment, Proctor watches from the doorway. The clank of chain is heard. And that's when... Oh, sorry.
Herrick. Wait, is that where we end?
Yes. It's the first episode. It's fine.
I thought this was a comedy.
Poor Elizabeth. Poor
Oh,
Elizabeth.
man.
I see Mathian has set up the fish eyes lens. Okay. So yeah, this is a very sad show. No, I'm thinking about it. It's not that happy at all.
You really
just
think
occurred
about
to you.
it.
Just occurred to me.
You know, that's a
Kind
little
of
sad.
tragedy.
No, I wanted to like cheer us up during this time, but This is sad. Okay. So
Tomorrow's Easter.
tomorrow's Easter.
When you really think about it, the
Gotta
Salem witch
go.
trials were kind of a bummer.
When you think about it.
So the next scene we have starts on page 93. And for the cast we have playing Herrick is Nicky. Danforth will be played by Mathian. Proctor is played by Liv. Paris will be played by Will. Francis. What was that? Okay. Francis is played by Karis, and Mary is Caroline. And once again, we are starting on page 93, starting with Herrick's line, "If I may, sir." So let's all jump down to page 93. How's everyone in the audience doing? Is everyone okay? Oh, sorry, we're just waiting.
Yeah, you're good.
Is everyone all good in the audience there? Everyone good here?
Yeah.
You get a little bit of a delay on the live, but like it's fine. Just like during the scene, we'll have at least one person going, "I'm okay." So, yeah. Okay. I am okay.
I'm okay.
All right. Are you guys all ready?
Born ready.
All right. Start whenever you are.
If I may say it, sir, I know this man all my life. It is a good man, sir.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, what deposition do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? And I beg you, be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
I am no lawyer, so I'll...
The pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
read this first, sir. It's a sort of testament. The people signing it declare their good opinion of Rebecca and my wife, and Martha Corey.
Their good opinion?
These are all farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, sir, they've known the women many years and never saw no sign they had dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
I bet.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word no harm would come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Do we have a hail?
I don't think we have a hail.
Oh, shoot. I will read the hail. I'm jumping in. Is every defense an attack upon the court? Can no one.
All innocent Christian people are happy for the court in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you will want to know from each and every one of them what discounts with them with you.
Shoot, we don't have a Hawthorne too. I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think. Yet,
These are all covenanted Christians, sir.
then I am sure they may have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, mister, what other information do you have for us? You may sit still, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought trouble on these people.
No, old man. You have not hurt these people if they are good of conscience. But you must understand, sir, that a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it. There is no road between. This is a sharp time, now a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hardy, I see.
No, she's not, sir. Now remember what the angel Raphael Saint said to the boy Tobias. Remember it. Aye. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee. Aye.
Come, man. We wait you.
And with that, that's the end of that scene. Ba-boom. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, dramatic.
Very silly scene. Little brought up let loose some of the tension, but we're fine. Yeah. And now for my favorite one of the scenes. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this one. This is gonna be great. We are going to be reading page 108 to 109, starting with 108. And for your cast, we have playing Danforth is Ryan, playing Abigail is Karis, playing Mary is Liv, playing Mercy is Paige, playing Proctor is Nicky, playing Hawthorne is Mathian, and playing Susanna is Caroline. Oh boy, am I excited for this one. So let's actually, I want to quickly check to see if we're all good. Yeah, we're still running. We're all good. Oh, we got some more friends watching.
Yay.
So 108 we're running on. If you like what we're doing, please, we would love for you to share. I know money's like a very small thing, not a small thing, a very important thing right now, but if you would like to, we are accepting donations to our GoFundMe, which is on the description. Right now it's fundraising for our senior showcase for next year in Chicago. But once again, you don't have to. This is a free live stream. We're just a group of friends reading some Crucible scenes. But yeah, so once again, we are going to page 108. And for anyone that's joining in, I will re-say the cast again, just for any of the new people. We have a person playing Danforth is Ryan, Abigail is Karis, Mary is Liv, Mercy is Paige, Proctor is Nicky, Hawthorne is Mathian, and Susanna is Caroline. And I am Sam, stage directions. So yeah, let's begin. The best character. So we will start with Danforth's line, Abigail.
I saw goody directions with the devil.
Got it. Is that a line in the play?
What if the devil was the stage directions? What if that was it?
It was the stage directions the whole time.
It was.
That's why stage directions has the most to say.
Hello?
Ooh.
What if this was like a cabaret style show led by the devil? He's like, hey, welcome to the Crucible. Oh, any of you guys commies in the audience? Anyways.
Yes.
All right, so let's start with Danforth saying Abigail. He will be turning wordly to Abigail.
Abigail, I bid you now search your heart and tell me this, and beware of it, child. To God every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only, some deception that may cross your mind when...
Why, this is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I done my duty, pointing out the devil's people, and this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied, questioned like a...
Child, I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you to be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it. There is...
Suddenly, from an accusatory attitude, her face turns, looking into the air above. It is truly frightened.
What is it, child?
I know not. A cold wind has come.
Her eyes fall on Mary Warren.
Abby!
Your Honor, I freeze.
They're pretending.
She is cold. Your Honor, touch her.
Mary, do you send the shadow on me?
Lord, save me.
I freeze! I freeze!
It is a wind! A wind!
Abby, don't do that.
Mary Warren, do you witch her? I say to you, do you send your spirit out?
With a hysterical cry, Mary Warren starts to run. Proctor catches her.
Let me go, Mr. Proctor. I cannot. I cannot.
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away this shadow!
Without warning or hesitation, Proctor leaps at Abigail and, grabbing her by the hair, pulls her to her feet. She screams in pain. Yeah, Danforth, astonished, cries,
What are you about?
And Hawthorne and Paris call.
Take your hands up, her.
And out of all of it comes Proctor's roaring voice.
How do you call heaven? Whore! Whore!
Herrick breaks Proctor from her. Herrick.
Man, what do you...
Proctor, breathless in agony.
It is a whore, Danforth. No. It is a whore, Danforth, dumbfounded. It is a whore.
Mr. Danforth, he is lying.
Mark her. Now she'll suck a scream to stab me with, but...
You will prove this. This will not pass.
I have known her, sir. I have known her.
You are a lecher?
And there. Well, can I, to end this, like, put a little period on this, can I have all the witches start kind of like going wild and do some witchy spiritual stuff, please?
Okay.
For all of our audience, that's the spectacle part of our show.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. You can just,
That's where all the budget went.
that's where all the budget went, actually.
Episode 1.
Sorry, I just really like that scene. Proctor just goes right in. Whore. We're going, no, witch. We're talking about witches.
Part of the flesh.
We can only go up from here.
We can only go up. All right. So we have 2 more scenes, and they'll like bookend this episode. One is our last scene from the Crucible, and if you've been staying for the whole time, the other one is our secret scene. And no one has figured out what the secret is yet. But it's not a scene from the Crucible, but it has something to do with witches. So wait until the end. Ooh.
It's Arthur Miller's lost manuscript.
We're actually revival of a salesman.
A View from the Bridge, Part 2.
Across the bridge.
Across the bridge.
All right. So for our last Crucible scene, we are going to page 112. This is a 3-person scene. And for it, we have Danforth, played by Ryan, Elizabeth, played by Liv, and Proctor, played by Will Potts.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a very serious scene. It's very sad. So we are starting with Danforth saying, "Come here, woman." Off to a great start.
Come here, woman.
Elizabeth comes to him, glancing at Proctor's back.
Look at me only, not at your husband. In my eyes only.
Good, sir.
We are given to understand that at one time you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her?
I pause. Then Elizabeth tries to glance at Proctor.
You will look in my eyes only and not at your husband. The answer is in your memory, and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you?
We were...
She glances at Proctor for a cue.
Woman, look at me! Were she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I were sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk, as some are, nor wasting his time at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me, and this girl...
She turns to Abigail.
Look at me.
Aye, sir. Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her, and so one night I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the high road.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
And he did not turn from you?
He...
Look at me. To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question. Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her, Marshal.
Elizabeth, tell the truth.
She has spoken. Remove her.
Elizabeth, I have confessed it.
Oh God.
Ba-boom! The door closes behind her. Dum. And if you haven't read the Crucible, for Proctor, John Proctor. Spoiler alert: he's gonna get hanged. Whoops.
Oops.
It's a sad ending.
Although that's a history spoiler alert.
That's a history.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know what history is. The Salem witch trials didn't end that well.
Little known fact about the never mind.
No, please.
It actually was worse than we thought it was.
A little bit.
No, seriously, like the way that people teach it, it was.
Why don't you tell our audience about it if you want, while we set up for the secret scene?
I mean, it didn't just happen in Salem. Like everyone thinks that the witch trials only happen in Salem, but it was mostly all over the U.S. And actually, little known fact, if I remember correctly, I think I saw somewhere, the worst trial actually didn't happen in Salem.
Wow. That's crazy. All right. So we can all agree that this show's a bit sad. And we don't want to be sad. What the heck is this? We don't want to be sad. Let's be happy. So that's why we have the secret scene. The secret scene, we're staying in like themes of the Crucible and talking about witches. In fact, I think I found a group of people that found a witch. And they're going to tell their good old like master that they need to hang the witch.
Sure.
And for our villagers, we have Villager 1 played by Nicky Maddalina. For Villager 2, we have Caroline Turner. Villager 3 is Mathian Riendeau.
Boy.
The witch is Paige Cummings. Ugh, the witch. And the person they need to talk to, actually there is a bystander. His name is Arthur. That is Ryan. And the person they've all come to talk to is Sir Bedivere. Well, not Sir yet. He will be Sir eventually. And that is played by Will Potts. If you haven't guessed it, this is a scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The witch scene. Let's begin. Also the crowd. The crowd is also Nikki, your mic's off. The crowd will be played by everyone that also isn't cast in something. So let's start with everyone roaring. A witch. A witch.
A witch.
A witch.
A witch.
A witch.
A witch.
A witch.
We have found a witch. Why do we burn her?
Burn her!
Burn her!
No, she is a witch.
She looks like one.
Bring her forward.
I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch.
Dressed as one.
They dressed me up like this.
No.
No, no.
No. Wait, they're
But
not.
this isn't my nose. It's a false one.
Well,
Well, we did do the nose
the nose.
and the hat, but she's a witch.
Burn her!
No, wait.
Witch, burn her!
Did you dress her up like this?
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe. Yeah.
Yes, a bit. A bit.
She has got a wart.
What makes you think she's a witch?
Well, she turned me into a newt.
A newt?
I got better.
Burn her anyway!
Ah.
Quiet. There are ways of telling whether she is a witch.
What?
Are they?
What are they?
Are they? Do they hurt?
Tell me, what do you do with witches?
Burn!
And what do you burn apart from witches?
More witches.
Wood!
So why do you burn witches?
But because they're made of wood?
Good!
Oh.
Yeah.
So how do you tell whether she's made of wood?
Build a bridge out of her.
Ah! But can you also make a bridge out of stone?
Oh, yeah.
Does wood sink in water?
No.
It floats! It floats!
Throw her into the pond.
The pond.
Floats in water.
Bread.
Apples!
Very small rocks.
Cider.
Gravy?
Cherries.
Mud.
Churches.
Lead.
A duck.
Exactly. So, logically,
If she weighs the same as a duck, she's made of wood.
and therefore,
A witch!
Oh, witch! Yes!
we are used by larger scales.
Yeah, I want witch.
Hey, murder!
Remove the supports.
They weigh the same.
Yes.
A witch!
A witch!
It's a fair cop.
Murder!
Burn her!
Who are you who are so wise in the ways of science?
I am Arthur, King of the Britons.
My liege.
Good Sir Knight, will you come with me to the Camelot and join us at the Round Table?
My liege, I would be honored.
What is your name?
Bedivere, my liege.
Then I dub you Sir Bedivere, Knight of the Round Table.
A happy ending.
Happy ending.
Happy for all.
You know, here's the thing: the difference between there are similarities between Crucible and Monty Python's The Holy Grail. Listen, half the cast does die in both of them.
No.
Just saying.
I didn't realize this was an analysis of how similar the
saying.
Crucible and
I'm just saying that the Crucible and Monty Python's The Holy Grail have their similarities.
Listen, I wrote my entire senior
For
thesis on
details,
this.
compare and contrast.
Anything Sam Sommer does is an analysis of something Monkey Python did.
But yeah, so pretty much thank you guys for watching. Once again, I will list off everyone that's been reading today. We have Karis Brizendine, Caroline Turner, Paige Cummings, Ryan Pangracs, Will Potts, Olivia Billings, Mathian Riendeau, Nicky Maddalina, and me, Sam Sommer. And we thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, next week we will be reading Deer. And Karis, one last thing, so for the people that have been that just tuned in and didn't get the first little speech, do you want to do a quick little speech about that before we end?
Sure. Yeah. So next week we're reading Deer by Lily Houghton. And we actually have been in contact with her. Olivia has been, and she's going to be tuning in. And it's an all-female cast. It's a super new contemporary play. So we're really excited to read it. I'll be hosting, reading stage directions, directing, that sort of thing. So tune in next week. Should be really exciting.
So yeah, once again, that is next week, Saturday at 2 p.m. Please join us still on this page, the BFA Showcase, the 2021 page. We'll be having all of our live readings on there. So every Saturday at 2, please keep us in. Once again, any last things from you guys?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
yeah.
Don't.
Stay inside.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Everyone, thank you.
Go.